Hi, I'm Jessica Porter, and welcome back to Sleep Magic, a podcast where I help you find the magic of your own mind, helping you to sleep better and live better. Welcome, everybody. I just want to say that we've had some really amazing reviews this year on Sleepwave, but as I transition over to Sleep Magic, I have to ask you for reviews again. I'm sorry. But please, if you enjoy this podcast, if it helps you, please consider leaving a review on any podcast app that you use. And who knows, maybe you'll get a shout out. This week, I heard from someone on Instagram. Her name's Erica, and her friend Carolyn told her about Sleepwave sometime last year, and apparently they are big listeners on Vancouver Island, or as we Canadians call it, Van Groovy. Actually, it's the city of Vancouver, but whatever. Vancouver in general is Van Groovy, the whole area. So thank you, Carolyn and Erica, for being hardcore listeners. And thanks to everyone who listens and who considers rating or reviewing this podcast, because I want to keep spreading the word on relaxation. I want to keep helping people, figure out how powerful they are. We're so trained to think that we have to just react to the world when we have so much more power and agency than we even know from deep, deep inside. All right. So tonight, unplugged. Tonight we're going to unplug from our busy, active, conscious minds and sink back into the softer, deeper subconscious mind. Because it's nice to unplug, right? It's funny, unplugging used to mean like putting down your electric guitar and going acoustic. But these days, unplugging means disconnecting, generally from social media, putting down your phone, stepping away from a screen, and just being back in your body. Like, how radical is that? And that's a vital shift, because you are an electromagnetic event. I know that may sound weird, but we are all plugged in to natural energy. We get it from the air, from food that we eat, from other living things, even energy coming up through the earth and down from the cosmos. And I don't mean that we're like made of metal or are robots, but we carry an electromagnetic charge as human beings. You can feel it sometimes when someone walks into the room, like you sense they have a strong charge. Or you can feel the opposite sometimes if someone is sick or depleted, their charge becomes weak. So when we unplug from our devices, it's actually important to plug in to the bigger energies, the bigger natural forces. So tonight we're going to do just that. We're going to unplug in order to plug in. Groovy. So get yourself into a safe and comfortable position, and let's begin. Allow your eyes to close easily and gently. And as always, bring your awareness to your breathing. And it doesn't matter what your breath is doing. The point is bringing your awareness, like a little puppy dog on a leash, bringing it to heel. Now the awareness is funny. It wants to move around like a little puppy dog all the time. But we can just, for little moments, allow it to settle. And the breath is a great place to bring your focus. So just imagine your awareness rising and falling on your breath. Good. Now allow your awareness to move up into your eyelids. And imagine that the little muscles of your eyelids are feeling loose and limp and relaxed. Let them get heavy, like you've been reading a book late at night and you just can't keep your eyes open one more second. And now I'd like you to accept the suggestion that your eyelids are in fact so relaxed and sleepy that they will not open. And as you know, I'm just asking you to play a little game with me, like we're two little kids playing pretend. And I want you to pretend that your eyes won't open. And now I'd like you to test your eyelids to make sure they won't open by wiggling your eyebrows while your eyes stay closed. Just give them a wiggle, and by pretending, we're entering the imagination. And that's where we want to be. So give them a good tug. Beautiful. Well done. And now you can stop testing. And now that we've entered your imagination, the relaxation will be really, really easy. And this wonderful relaxation that you have around your eyes will soon be moving throughout your entire body. So let's imagine the relaxation around your eyes now, this heaviness. Let's imagine it moving back into your head. Let's imagine it's like a waterfall of relaxation cascading back into your brain. Oh yeah. Feel your brain being saturated in a waterfall of relaxation. As you go deeper and deeper, and your head sinks into the pillow, and the muscles of your scalp soften and release. And that waterfall of relaxation, imagine it now gently cascading down your face. Oh yeah, that wonderful feeling of letting the muscles of your face relax. Finally, letting go. As all mental tension disappears. Good. And now let's imagine this relaxation that you're feeling up in your head. Let's imagine it moving down through your neck, into your shoulders. And allow your shoulders to let go as that waterfall of relaxation cascades down your arm. Your fingers dripping with relaxation. Your arms feeling heavy and relaxed. And now that your shoulders are relaxed, everything you carry on those shoulders has washed off of them. Any responsibilities or burdens or worries that you've been carrying on your shoulders, they've washed to the floor. And they're there They'll be there in the morning if you want to pick them up. But for right now, you are being cleansed and liberated by this waterfall of relaxation. And one of the beautiful things about a waterfall is all the mist it creates. So now our waterfall of relaxation, as it moves down into your torso, is simply the mist of the waterfall. Soft, beautiful, full of negative ions that make you feel good. Let's imagine that mist of relaxation moving into your chest cavity, opening everything up, surrounding and supporting your heart. Just hold your own heart for a moment. Just let yourself be. And any tension that may have built up around your heart today, or for the last little while, or maybe from deep in the past, has disappeared into the mist. And that feels so good. As the mist expands deeper into your belly, deeper into your pelvis, your whole torso feeling heavy on the bed. All the muscles of your back releasing and letting go. In fact, we can imagine the waterfall again, coursing down your back. And allow the waterfall of relaxation to move all the way down your legs as they let go completely. Any sounds that you may be hearing that are going on around you, like traffic on the streets, maybe a TV in another room, maybe the person next to you making sounds. None of those sounds will bother or disturb you in any way. Because you are in your magical mind, you give yourself the suggestion that those sounds are taking you deeper and deeper into relaxation. So let yourself listen to those sounds right now and let them take you deeper. Wow, feels so good to use your mind in such a positive way. The only sound you need to pay any attention to is the sound of my voice. And the sound of my voice is also taking you deeper and deeper. And you find yourself relaxing as you sort of hang on to every word that I say. But sometimes they sound far away, or their meaning is lost as you slip into your own world. And that's good. That's good. You're doing great. Imagine now that you're in a comfortable, darkened room and you're lying down in a sort of a lazy boy chair. And all around you are screens, the kind of screens we use these days. There's a big one, like a TV screen, in front of you, and one on either side of you, sending their signals. That particular buzz of digital technology. You have a phone in your hand and a laptop on your lap. This is your brain on screens. Feel the energy just for a moment of screens. It's a frequency most of us know very well. But there's a remote control by your side. Pick it up and aim it at the screen in front of you. As you press the off button, you say, "I'm taking my mind back." And the screen goes dark. It's off now. You feel a part of yourself settle inside. It feels good. Now point the remote control to the screen on your right. And as you say, "I'm taking my mind back," press the off button, and it goes black. Feel yourself calming down even more. Point the remote now to the screen on your left. And as you say, "I'm taking my mind back," you press the off button, going deeper and deeper. You close the laptop and feel the satisfaction as it goes off for the night. I'm taking my mind back. And all that's left is your phone. Your phone. The portal to endless, disembodied stimulation. We all have a relationship with our phone. Sometimes good, sometimes difficult. Power down your phone. as you watch the screen go black. And put it aside. And here you are, back in the center of your life. As you relax, taking yourself deeper and deeper, feeling how nice it is to be unplugged, how peaceful and calm it is. You notice that there is a big chest, like a treasure chest, in the middle of the room. It is open and empty. Suddenly, the large screens are sliding across the floor and folding themselves into the chest. As you stand up, getting out of your chair, you bring your laptop to the chest and place it inside. And finally, you bring your phone to the chest and place it carefully on the other devices. Close the chest. When you reach into your pocket, you find a key with a bright red tassel hanging from it. Lock the chest with the key and place it on a little table next to your chair. It's time to go outside. You notice that there's a big wooden door leading out of the room. Open the door, and you are out in the crisp, cool autumn air. You are on top of a hill, and as you turn around, doing a full circle, you see mountains in the distance on one side, and the vast expanse of the ocean on the other. The sky is overcast today. A lovely, soft gray. It's getting a little chilly. And as you look down, you notice that you're wearing a cozy, warm sweater and comfortable corduroy trousers. You have on woolen gloves and warm boots with a soft scarf around your neck. On your head is a snug, warm hat. You feel the warmth of your own body in your clothing. In contrast to the coolness of the air against your cheeks and nose, it's a lovely contrast. You begin walking down the hill and see that there is a beautiful forest between you and the ocean. The colors of the autumn leaves are spectacular. Fiery reds, warm golds, burnt orange, and maybe the brightest yellow you've ever seen. This array of colors stimulates your brain. Every color, a different vibration. Every color, a different mood. Every color, a different feeling. Some of the leaves are already dry, and as you watch them fall from the trees, it feels so good to watch them float to the ground. They're so gentle and elegant. As the leaves let go, you let go. As you walk along a path toward the forest, the dried leaves crunch beneath your feet. The crunching and crackling sounds stimulate your brain. And they remind you on some deep level of every other autumn of your life. Notice the sounds in this world around you. These vibrations entering not just your ears, but your body. The leaves beneath your feet, the sound of your own breathing as you walk deeper into the woods. The sound of the cool breeze moving through the trees, rustling the leaves. Listen to it. You are in the forest now. As you look up into the gray sky, the branches of the trees reach out to one another, gently touching. You hear the high-pitched cheeps and tweets of a bird. It's the song of a woodpecker on the trunk of a tree. You close your eyes now and take in the sounds of the forest. The song of the woodpecker, the wind in the leaves, your own breath. Feel the cool air on your face. You smell the earth and the crisp scent of autumn. As things begin to dry out and decay and retreat. As you take yourself deeper and deeper into relaxation. It's time to go further into the forest, down the hill. You walk for a while, enjoying the feeling of being in a human body, feeling light and free and balanced. No matter your current age or health condition, you feel young and energetic in this place. You skip over roots and balance on rocks as you explore the forest, carpeted in autumn leaves. As you go down, the forest is becoming thinner, and the rocks are becoming more plentiful. You stop, reaching out to hold the thin trunk of a young maple tree. You hear the sound of a river up ahead. It's a delicate sound, a rippling sound that brings your brain to a peaceful place. You walk toward the sound of the river. And as you jump from rock to rock, you finally see it. The water coming from up in the mountains, cascading down this lovely hill, all the way to the ocean. It flows beautifully, creating bubbles and ripples and little whirlpools along the banks. Just being near this river makes you feel alive. The energy in your body flowing freely and naturally. The sound of the river soothes your mind. And watching the river brings you deeper and deeper into relaxation. Next to the river is a wooden platform, and on it are two wooden Adirondack chairs. They're big and welcoming. You sit down in one of them. As you settle into the chair, you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. You feel secure and peaceful. The sky is getting darker, and you close your eyes. As you sit in this chair, you imagine the energy from the earth moving up into your body at the bottom of your spine and moving all the way up into your brain and out the top of your head. You are naturally absorbing the energy from the earth, the minerals in the rocks, from the magma at the center of the earth, sending its charge up into you. And as you relax more and more, you receive more and more energy from the earth. It feels so good, so powerful. And as you open your eyes just for a moment, you look up, see that the clouds are parting, and behind them are the stars in the sky. And the moon, a big full moon tonight. As you close your eyes again, imagine all the energy from the heavens coming down and showering you with energy. Heaven's force moving down into you through the top of your head, down your spine, down to the bottom of your spine, and back into the earth. And these two forces from heaven and earth meet at your heart, creating a spiral of energy moving out into the world. Your whole body is nourished and energized. Sky is getting darker now. The air is getting cold. So a lovely clay bowl presents itself on the deck in front of you. And in it, a campfire appears. You take off your gloves and hold your hands up to the warmth of the fire. You feel the warmth against your face. You notice the flickering glow all around you. You smell the smoke of the burning wood. And you hear the crackling of the fire. You stare at this fire as it flickers and dances and takes you deeper. And unlike a scream, the fire is giving you life, giving you energy, stimulating the deepest parts of your being. It ignites creativity, provokes your imagination, and warms your heart. The fire connects you every human in history. Every human that's ever lived has been entranced by fire. The fire is slowly burning down, becoming quieter, smaller. And the terracotta bowl becomes a Franklin stove in which the fire is safe and contained. And the platform you're sitting on grows walls and a ceiling. And now you're in a cabin next to the river. A bed appears. You lie down on it. It is warm and soft and comfortable. You feel safe and sound. In the ceiling, there's a skylight through which you can see some stars. As you go deeper and even deeper here in your cabin by the river, you have everything you need. Charged by the fire and the stars and the earth and the water and the trees. Filling you with energy, filling you with life force. I receive energy from nature. I receive energy from the earth. I receive energy from the stars and the sun and the moon. I have everything I need. As you drift and float and dream.